Waves lap against the curved stone harbors of Carthage, where once 200 warships could shelter in perfect formation, their prows aligned like silent guardians. The sun glints off the water, revealing faint outlines of ancient quays beneath the surface, carved from rock that has withstood centuries of tide and neglect. In the late 9th century before the Common Era, Phoenician settlers from Tyre arrived here, on this North African promontory near modern Tunis. They named it Carthage, New City, building atop a hill called Bursa, where legend whispers of a queen named Elissa, or Dido, who tricked local rulers into granting her land the size of an ox hide, then sliced it into strips to encircle a vast domain. The soil proved fertile, yielding grains and olives that fed a growing population, while the sea offered routes to distant shores. As years turned to decades, Carthage expanded, its merchants sailing west to Iberia for silver mines that produced tons of ore annually, and south into Africa for ivory and gold. By the 4th century BCE, the city sprawled across perhaps 700,000 souls, its walls stretching 23 miles around neighborhoods of 6-story homes, workshops humming with the scent of purple dye extracted from murex shells, 1 gram requiring thousands of mollusks crushed underfoot. Potters fired amphoras in kilns along the southern edge, their smoke mingling with the salt air, while navigators like Hanno charted coasts beyond the Pillars of Hercules, returning with tales of fiery mountains and wild beasts. Yet beneath this prosperity simmered tensions. Carthage's council of elders, the Sufetes, balanced power with a citizen assembly, a system blending election and inheritance that baffled outsiders. Mercenaries from Numidia and Iberia filled the ranks of its armies, loyal for pay, but prone to revolt when coins ran short, as they did after the First War with Rome in 241 BCE, when unpaid soldiers ravaged the countryside, forcing generals to quell the uprising with brutal efficiency. Deeper still, in the Tophet sanctuary, archaeologists have unearthed urns holding cremated bones of lambs, birds, and infants, alongside stelae inscribed with vows to gods like Baal-Hamon and Tanit. Romans later decried these as barbaric sacrifices, fueling calls to destroy the city, but excavations reveal patterns, many remains premature or stillborn, perhaps offerings in times of crisis or rituals blending grief with devotion. The evidence whispers of a society where faith intertwined with survival, not mindless cruelty, contradicting the victor's tales of a monstrous foe. Hannibal's shadow looms largest here. In 218 BCE, he led 90,000 men and 37 elephants over the Alps, a march that claimed half his force to snow and ambush, yet culminated in victories like Cannae, where 50,000 Romans fell in a single day. His tactics, enveloping flanks with Numidian cavalry, exposed Rome's vulnerabilities, but Carthage's elders withheld reinforcements, prioritizing trade over total war. Experts poring over battlefield digs note the irony. Hannibal's genius stemmed from a diverse army, Iberians and Gauls fighting alongside Africans, a fusion Rome later emulated. The end came in 146 BCE after a 3-year siege. Roman legions breached the walls, fighting house to house amid flames that consumed libraries and temples. Scipio Aemilianus ordered the city razed, its 50,000 survivors sold into slavery. Yet traces endure, Punic pottery shards mixed with Roman mosaics, a language that lingered in North African dialects for centuries. In the quiet of these ruins, one wonders what voices the wind carries from that lost harbor.